Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a couple of earring tutorials. These are some quick, easy projects that I will be making using a bead mix from Jesse James Beads. This one is called Under the Sea, and I received it with the May 22 Magical Mystery Bead Box called Treasure Trove. They sent me this to play with. Now the last video, which was a week or so back, I did share these fun little turtle earrings and also these gorgeous star dangly earrings. Both of these were made with the pieces from this bead mix. And then today I will share two more fun, easy little earrings. Now for my earrings, I did use a head pin, but you could use an eye pin. I just didn't want to try to dig for mine because I didn't know where they were right off the top of my head. I just have some little spacer balls from my own stash, and I also used an ear wire from my own stash. The rest of the items are from the bead mix. There's these really pretty little dangles that are like a little, almost looks like an opal type bead. Very pretty white and sort of glittery looking. And then this crystal and some little star spacers from the bead mix. So I just want to start out taking clippers and just cutting off the end of the head pin, just so I can take my round nose pliers right here. And you just want, well, this is the way I do it anyways. I know a lot of people start out making a little bend at the end. I just take my nose or round nose pliers, put them up to the end and just roll it until it kind of comes back to meeting it itself, and then give it a little bend backwards and just adjust it a little bit, and that's what you have left. And then I just open that up a little bit to slip on the dangle. And let me get this closed back up. And that's what you have so far. And you can see it's a little bit bent, so I'm going to straighten that up. But that's what you have so far, is just the dangle at the end of the now eye pin. And then I'm going to take one of these tiny little gold spacers. These are called Stardust Gold spacers, and I get them from Hobby Lobby. They're in the Metal Gallery line. I absolutely love this size. I like the texture on them and the collar. And then I add on one of these spacers and the crystal and the other spacer on top, and the last of the little glittery spacer balls. And then I want to make the top of my loop. So I turn the loop so that it's that's going sort of front to back, and then I'm going to make my top loop side to side so that my ear wire will hang correctly on it. And then you just want to get to the top of your top bead and make a 90-degree bend. And you can see that that's too much wire, so I just take my nippers and get a little bit of that off. This is about the length that I like to work with. And then take your round nose pliers and just put them at the end here and just give it a nice little roll over itself down here. And then I always kind of like to give it a little bend backwards just to straighten it up. And there you have the loop at the top. And it actually looks like it's pretty straight. I don't have to do any adjusting. Sometimes these can get twisted a little bit so that it's not quite the right direction, but this is hanging forward, so that's what I want. And now I'm going to take my ear wire and turn it so that I can open up the bottom of the loop. And I just hang that, let me get this right here. Hang it to the bottom of the ear wire, close it back up, and you have a fun little sparkly, dangly earring. These turned out so pretty. I just love all that gold and sort of the white. I think it makes a beautiful pair of earrings that could dress up any outfit. And they're still fun because they have that nice little flowy action going on. So there is another little pair of earrings that was easy and quick to make with this mix. And then the last pair here, let me get this out of the baggie. This one here was super easy and quick to make as well. Let me lay this to the side so I see what I'm doing. Okay, so again, from my own stash, I have an ear wire and a head pin, which I'm going to turn into an eye pin. And I have, let me see here, is this all the beads that I was supposed to have? Make sure I have everything in my little kit here. For the bottom, I will be making a little, you know what? I need to grab a second head pin. I just realized that because I'm going to be making a dangle for the bottom. And I don't even know where I got those head pins from, but they're very heavy, very sturdy. But I will be making a dangle at the bottom with this little like teardrop shaped brass bead. And then for the mid section of the earring, or the top section, you need these 3 beads. This one was from the bead mix. This really pretty, just sort of a speckled looking white and gold, white and green. And then this is like an acrylic bead, and then one of those star spacers again, and a tiny little crystal, a green crystal. Okay, so that's what will be the top section. This will be the bottom section. So I'll start out making my little dangle. You just want to take this like teardrop shaped bead, and now these, for some reason, they almost seem like the holes are not drilled straight through and it's sometimes wants to be contrary going through. So I take my pliers to get a good grip on it, and you sometimes have to go from the opposite direction first. I don't know if there's something that gets inside the hole and kind of blocks it, but nothing ever comes out. But I just have to take it sometimes the other direction, feed my head pin through. Luckily, these are really thick, like heavy gauged head pins, and they're able to push through with pliers. Just grip it real low, close to the bead, and just work it till you get it to go through. And then I take my little pliers and just give it a nice little bend at the top. And then I want to cut off some of the wire here and set that to the side, and don't knock everything over. And then take my round nose pliers and just roll it over the top until you get that little loop at the top. And just make sure it is good, and you just want to make sure it is good and closed. Yes, so that's what you want to end up with. Lay that to the side. And on this next one, now that one I did not have to cut the end off because I was using that on the bottom of the earring. This one I'm actually turning into my eye pin, so I did want to go ahead and cut off that bottom of the head pin so I can make my own little eye loop here. And then I want to straighten it out so that it's the right direction, and that's what you end up with, a little eye loop. Open up the eye loop and just slide on the dangle that you just made and close it. And I want to make sure that it gets closed straight enough. And that's what you have so far. And then it's just taking these beads here and feeding them onto the top of the now eye pin. And I want to again make my bottom loop going front to back, and then the side or the top loop I'm going to do the opposite direction for the ear wire to hang from. And let me get my wire cut off here, my head pin, and take my pliers and give it a nice little roll over. And then I take my needle nose ones and just straighten it up. And this one did get just a tiny little bit bent the wrong direction, so then I just take some flat nose pliers, grip the end here, and just kind of twist it back a little bit, because I just want that to be straight that way and not kind of angled over. And that way it will hang the way I want it to hang. And then take my ear wire and I open the, oops, I got it the wrong direction here. And open the bottom loop up so that this can just go right on there, and close it. And there is another pair of earrings, and I really love the colors in this. The green and sort of the gold and brass makes a very beautiful pair of earrings that can dress up any outfit. And with these fun little acrylic beads here in the green and white, it makes it so that you could pretty much, I mean, you could wear this like dressed up or dressed down. So there are the 4 pairs of earrings that I have made so far with this bead mix. Let me lay these all out. These 2 were just made now. And of course these 2 from the previous video. And these turtle earrings are super cute. I love little turtles. I was coming home from work the other day, or like a week ago. There was a turtle crossing my road. So I had to stop the car and wait for him to get across the street. So there are the earrings that I have made, and I still have a little bit of beads left, which I may use with some of the other items that are in the stash box that they sent me. So I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by, and hopefully you were able to get something out of this tutorial. You could even, if you didn't have this mystery bead box, you could even use items from your own stash to make similar things. This just kind of gives you a little idea of how you can use like a bead mix from Jesse James Beads. This could be used for any of the bead mixes that they have, because they always have the perfect items to coordinate and make cute little earrings. So thank you everyone for stopping by, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.